Happy Friday, friends. Good morning, wherever you are, or good evening. Friday, the 5th of September. It's we've got a little bit of a little data to go through. We got some more shorts coming into the market. We're down at 57% long, which is quite nice. We're seeing we're seeing some shorts generally come back into the market on this up move. Let's have a look at the hourly MDX long to short indicator. So yeah, we're getting quite close to a flip, and we do have a new high on the hourly, which is very, very nice to see. If we can get a 4-hour close above 112.5, it'd be looking quite good. Daily above 112.5, hourly above 113, it's going to be looking really good. 4-hour above 113, and then in terms of liquidity, we just are touching into that 113 stuff right now. We've kind of taken most of it, so yeah, that's quite interesting. We might see a little bit of a reversal for the weekend, but we also, if I go on the 2-week time frame, we do have some stuff all the way up to it's all the way up to 117. We might just start step laddering higher. That stuff to the downside still intact at 107. I do think we'll probably come back for that at some point. It doesn't have to be now, but at some point we'll probably come back for that stuff. In terms of the monthly time frame, as it just loads, we've got a lot more stuff to the upside. As you can see, if we start gaining 113, it's just going to be a straight shot to 117 and then all the way up to pretty much 120, where a lot of that liquidity sits. To the downside, again, 107. Nothing too crazy. Kayotaka, we have had a little bit step in at 110, 324 Bitcoin. Decent size, and some stuff at the lows now at 109 point. Let's just call it 109.4, literally at the lows. So yeah, we do have some stuff in place to hold the price if we do come down a little bit. Not really too much to the upside. We got 415, actually it's quite a little bit at 116k, but it's kind of just been entered, so it remains to be seen if it's fake or not. A little bit more locally. Nothing really too much locally on the order book. So yeah, watch to see if we get back to 111 and start hitting some of those orders and hold the low. That'll be a big tell that we're going to go a little bit higher, but it's looking pretty decent so far. It's looking pretty decent. I quite like it. And yeah, it's looking good, guys. So let me just change my screen. Everyone can see that, yes. There is a 80% off on crypto on TradingView at the moment. If anyone's interested in renewing their subscription, but I usually do mine around, I think it's around Easter or Black Friday, where they also have some really nice deals on. But feel free to renew your subscription at this price. 80% off is pretty much what you get on those days as well, and you can stack them. So they won't ever show the chart of my worst investment ever. Okay. Yeah, it's probably just down 99%. We've all had something like that, eh? It is what it is. So yeah, let's jump in. Let's jump in here. So yeah, daily time frame. Let me take this off. Still at the level to gain. 112.5. Want to see a daily close above here. That's going to change the trend. It's looking quite good right now. We do have some cash flow coming in on the daily time frame. A little bit of trend change. It's looking quite good. Once we get that close, it's going to be pretty much confirmation that we are changing the trend on the daily time frame, which is very, very nice to see. Like it a lot. 12 hour. Yes, we're just in resistance right now. 4 hour. Again, we've actually done a really nice close above the previous high of 112.2. So yeah, the local price action is looking pretty decent. We've tested everything. We're going higher. We could come down for a little bit more of a pullback towards the daily open, towards 110.5, 111. And yeah, there might even be an hourly stuber now that we've actually made a new high. So yeah, I don't really want to see anything lower than this low, which is 109.4, call it, in the short term. And we are at hourly overlapping resistance right now, getting slightly overbought on the oscillators as well. So yeah, might be just a little bit of a consolidation over the weekend, which would be quite nice. I would like to see alts pop off. I would really like to see alts starting to pop off, even if we just kind of like do something like this, one more, and then kind of like do some weird, like just hourly, just, consolidation. And then, yeah, I think we'll be waiting also for the unemployment rate as well. Might see a little bit of volatility in this area in between 109.5 and 113.5. But in the meantime, it looks relatively good. It has been looking good since, since Tuesday. But yeah, now we're actually getting the higher highs and stuff like that. Until we can close that on the daily, though, we are technically still in a bit of a downtrend on the daily time frame. But yeah, we're at support. We bounce off. It's looking quite good. Yeah, not really too much else to say on that, on Bitcoin. It's looking nice. ETH Bitcoin, we're not really going to mess around with that too much. Just literally nothing. ETH's going pretty much sideways on support. We're trying to gain the weekly open in September now. Yeah, we've got an equal close on the 4 hour, which is quite nice. Just on this low, I think that looks really good as of right now. Bullish divergence on the 4 hour as well. We're bullishly diverging all the way through this consolidation. If we break close above 480, should take us up all the way to 4650 and then possibly 4.8 at the top. But yeah, in general, it looks quite good. And I'm going to be focusing on some alts. These 4 hour combination bands are getting quite tight in this down sort of down little consolidation. So we could be seeing a bit of a move quite soon. I would like to see alts slightly break out over the weekend, a little bit more outpacing Bitcoin, which is nice to see that ETH Bitcoin is up 1.1%. ETH's up 2.4%, while Bitcoin's only up 1.4%. It's nice to see that the trend is still continuing for alts. Solana, still waiting for my buy zone. I don't think we're going to get it. I did talk about potentially 200, the weekly open September, in between there and 197.5 being a decent area to buy. I still think that might be a decent area to buy. We're kind of just middling. We're kind of just middling for the time being. But yeah, there might be a decent buy in there. I'm personally not going to take it. If we do get back down to here, the yearly open, I will jump in a little long. But as of right now, I'm just really just going to be patient on this. It does look quite good. Daily time frame squeezing up. We've got some hidden bull on the daily as well. We could see a pop towards December, Feb in the next couple of weeks, which would be really nice. Pop. 4 hour. 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 4 Not really too many changes on PopCap. We're still in a tentative downtrend. We have made a new low on the 4 hour, but it has bounced off the combination band. The change of trend is going to come for me, obviously, just come up to 265-ish. Bullishly retest weekly open in September, and then we're going to go all the way up here. If not, again, I did make a little post in the altcoin chat. I am looking for some daily wicks below 225 to try and catch. I would have loved to do it on this one daily candle down here, and then bull dived on the lower time frames, and then done a nice little bounce and gain weekly open. It's still looking relatively quite good. But yeah, I'm trying to catch something like really just down here. Anyway, I do think this chart is quite close to bottoming on the daily time frame. We're literally on the 786, but on the swing from all the way back in April. And if we can gain sort of, I think this is going to line up with September. So yeah, if we can gain some of this structure, pretty much weekly open September on the daily time frame, it's going to look like a bottom here. So something like that, bang, retest, all the way up into here. Looking good though, looking good. I think I'm going to just be patient over the weekend. We've obviously got some unemployment data today, which I don't really care too much about. But anyway, I'm not really going to action any new trades unless we get something like that, bang, like I said. Or again, if we get that, I've got orders set underneath this resistance, or around there, for the one more. But this does look to be bull diving again on the 4 hour. So I do think, yeah, that's slightly lower low. So I do think this is very, very close. Some of these alts are looking quite good. Doge, again, we're just consolidating sideways. There's really nothing I really need to talk about on this chart. Daily looks like it's going flat, but it is kind of curling up, coiling up for a decent little move. Let's actually just check. Yeah. These the combination bands are going quite tight. These are obviously Bollinger as well, so when they get really tight and really thin, it could signal a potential explosive move. And again, the weekly time frame, I mean, I show this chart all the time. It looks really good. We're above the EMA combination. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good. Looks good. Fartcoin. Yeah, still on my trade. Obviously taking a nice chunk of profit at 80 cents. And currently we're holding weekly open September, which is really nice to see. Still leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of changing the trend, but we are having some positive cash flow in. We've obviously got some bullish divergences trying to play out as well. The hold of this is going to be really interesting. So there is a possible long actually here. Where we are right now, as we have gained, we did a close above, let's call it like there. We did a few closes above there and higher load it around there, so looking potentially quite decent on Fartcoin. Let's have a look where this combination band comes in. Not really too much on the hourly time frame. We kind of just want to see this overlapping support held now, where this structure is. So there's again, there's a potential trade here, possibly with a stop just below 7.4, something like that. And yeah, it looks pretty good. Nice hype. It looks to be going for its all-time high again. I mean, oh no, not quite, but we have created some heavy support in here now, which is nice to see. Again, holding weekly open September, holding this overlapping support. We're probably going to go and see the all-time high. And I do think it's just, whoa, why have I got so many? I've got so many things on this chart. What the hell? Oh. Yeah, I do think it's just a matter of time before we break this all-time high. And again, the price action has been in a steady uptrend since the start of August, and we have a flat resistance which we've hit twice. So, you know, one more time, maybe that, and we're probably going to break out quite soon. We've got some hidden bull on the daily, hidden bull on the retail stablecoin demand. Cash flows coming back in. It's looking really good. Yeah, holding my trades on that. In terms of the 4 hour, again, yeah, just hold. Doing some really nice gains. Just hold this area, and it's going to be looking good. We're actually doing the game right now on this 4 hour candle. So watch this 4 hour close. It might just pop all the way up to 49 and potentially even 50 in the near term on the hype. It's looking good, guys. It's looking good. I really like that. I really like this coin, man. Let me just check the chat. Yeah, everything's all fine. Sui. A little bit of lag. Again, we're seeing some very local trend change in the price. The big one to gain is going to be this. If we can do that, it's going to be a really nice trend change, probably on the daily time frame as well. As of right now, the retest was obviously weekly open June, September. I think I was talking about that yesterday, or yeah, probably was yesterday or something. And we did just get it. It's looking quite nice to potentially continue towards May and December now. If we see a little bit of a pullback here, which we might, just because we're at the hourly high, it could just come down to the weekly open and send. I wouldn't bank on it coming all the way down here again. But if it does, it's a potential long, of course. It's a potential long. I would really like to see this come up here, and this to come all the way up there, and then for it to do like one more higher low and then go all the way like that. That would be really nice. Doesn't have to happen though. Would just be like perfect parameters for me to take along. But anyway, it is looking good nonetheless. Objective went all the way down to lows. Kind of did a sneaky close below actually. So it's looking slightly worse after we did set that new high. But again, we held the combination band. We got some bull div down here. We're bull diving on the retail stablecoin demand. We're bull diving on the oscillator here as well. So that was potentially just a deviation move down into support. And we've regained the weekly open in September right now. So this 4 hour close again is going to be quite interesting to see. We're closing quite a nice bullish hammer candle after regaining it. So yeah, potential that we could see, you know, 13.2, 13.3, and then potentially even like 13.78 as well in the local price action. The daily is looking slightly rough. We do have a bearish retest of this so far, and yeah, it's kind of looking like it wants to roll down a little bit. But if we can see some of those regains on the 4 hour and the daily time frame can get above, you know, March, August back up to here, 13.23, it's going to be looking potentially quite decent. Again, some of these alts look like they are still in their downward sort of like consolidation, but I do think this is getting quite close to the end. As always, it does have the potential to do like that back into the daily stuff here, which I am still keeping in the back of my mind and having orders set lower for. But yeah, if we see some local sort of like bullish price action, then I'll shift my perspective and potentially long something like here, or maybe even here in the local price action. Again, patience will win out. What's happened with AVAX since yesterday? So AVAX since yesterday, slight lower low from here. I still think this could do with one more move down into the buy zone, to be honest. Nothing changed for me on this. Looking for in this area to long, and we will stay patient. Stay patient, guys. Render, again, retest of the lows. holding its Q2 in September. Not really too much change in the local price action as of right now, but definitely starting to look quite decent. Definitely starting to look quite decent. Again, if this has one more in it, because it is bearishly recessing technically, it's going to go down in between 3.2 and 3.15, and I think that's going to be a really good buy zone for a render in the short term. I think, yeah, that's just basically the lows from all the way in July. So yeah, we're on the buy zones pretty much for alts. They're just either they're either gonna start breaking out now over the weekend and into next week, or we're gonna do one more, and the one more is gonna be like really nasty. It's gonna catch everyone out of their positions that's in now, and it's gonna potentially lick quite a lot of people, and then it's gonna be like a really fast like that. That's what I'm kind of seeing. So Litecoin, we've done some perfect tests on Litecoin. Litecoin actually potentially trades really nicely if you want something that's slightly more volatile than Bitcoin and maybe even ETH, or quite similar to ETH, but trades quite methodically. Yeah, I've had these lows in and this Stuba in for quite a little while, and we've had 1, 2 really nice wicks onto the 886 and the August level so far. Since then, we've actually regained the 786. We've also done a bullish backtest of the weekly open. It's potentially looking quite good to break a little bit higher. We're gaining the 4 hour. So is that a sneaky close above? Hold on. It is a sneaky close above. So again, some of this stuff is looking good on this 4 hour candle. We could see a little bit of a breakout. Again, we've got that data coming. I'm not really sure how important it is. I don't really look at data anymore, to be honest, apart from CPI, which is obviously very important. But I'd say that this is potentially breaking out on this 4 hour close. So when's this 4 hour going to close? It's going to close at about an hour and a half. So yeah, watch for some of these 4 hours. So that's looking good. What else is looking good? What else did I look at here? Render not quite. Arve's at the lows, but it's holding it as yearly open. That's looking interesting. That's still at its lows. There was one other thing that was doing a nice 4 hour close. Was it Sui? Potentially. It wasn't injective. Was it Hype? Yeah, it was Hype. Hype looks like it wants to break out here. So, no. What was it? Arve? Or Render? No. What did I just look at? Anyway. Bro, I've got the memory of a goldfish right now. Fartcoin, yeah, Fartcoin's potentially holding its weekly open in September, so it does look good as well. Fartcoin Hype. Hype wants to break out, but I just literally just looked at something that was trying to close over the level. It was Litecoin, of course, Litecoin. So Litecoin and Litecoin and Hype are trying to break out. Yo, I just rolled out of bed for this this market update. After being high as fuck last night, so I'm a little bit discombobulated this morning. But anyway, yeah, those are looking quite good. And if anyone has anything they would like to talk about, or any trades that they want me to look at, any spot coins, anything at all, feel free to slap them in. We're just gonna have a nice little chill Friday sesh, to be honest, and then I'm gonna go and enjoy the lovely sun. I might go to the gym actually, and then enjoy some Fridayness. We will have a bit of Friday. LDO and Pendle. Griffin. Okay, yeah, let's look at some of this stuff. My Griffin band might be down bad right now. I'm getting a little bit of lag right now, so let me know if it's okay. So LDO, this looks like it's done that equal high bearish div. Daily Stuber, that could come a little bit lower actually to there. Again, daily structure from beginning of August needs to be held. Local price action trying to regain weekly open September. Q4 bearish retest of the bottom there, the daily. Hold on, let me just go back quickly. I didn't fully look at that. Struggling with the EMA on the daily. 4 hour equal close. Bull div on the 4. Regain September. Slight higher high here. It looks okay. It looks okay. On the daily, I feel like it needs to come and regain sort of this high that we just put in around 124. Otherwise, we do risk sort of like going down further into November. But if we're looking at the 4 hour, it looks relatively okay just from this new high here and this equal low that didn't close below. So that, did it close below? Okay, it did close below. Sneaky close below. So what I will say on this is that if we cannot gain this high like that, it's going to go probably lower, I'd say. This is a sneaky lower low here. This is quite important. Although we have regained weekly open at September, if you think about the price action, we set a new high, which was good. We wanted to set a higher low here, and we failed to do that. Although we did bull div, which is quite nice. We did bull div, so we just want to see a close above here, and then you could bullishly relong anywhere there. It's looking a bit meh, to be honest. Pendel. Oh god, a lot of lines on this chart. So first of all, daily Stuber, we have to put that one on. 786 comes in around Q4. That's nice. I quite like that. We've obviously got the daily structure, which I talk about on all altcoins from the start of August as well. That's nice. Daily combination band, we're actually getting quite close into it. Might see a naughty wick into the Q4. But other than that, this is quite close to bottoming, a little bit more than LDO. Let's just look at this. Again, it looks quite similar. Sneaky lower low close here, but bull dived. Currently bullishly backtesting weekly open. This price action is still down though, so we need to see some sort of breakout. I think the trade here would be come up to resistance, either break and like bullishly retest November and this level, or come up to resistance and then potentially just long these lows again if you can get it with your stop like below here. Those are two options for me in terms of longing. In terms of, I don't really want to short any alts at the moment. I feel like that train's kind of run. But you are in a potential little bit of a downtrend here. So I guess you could like short November, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't, because, you know, you're looking at maybe 5%. It's just not really worth it for me. But yeah, it's actually looking not too bad at the moment. We have created some hourly support over the daily open now. And we've obviously got weekly open in September as well, which we're trying to gain on the 4 hour. Again, this is a little more to be desired. Actually open and then just climb. Be a lot better. We are bull diving massively, and we're also like consolidating down. It does mean pops kind of need to see something on that to kind of confirm it, as the price action is a little bit down. The most safe trade here would be to just wait for this, and like we've basically got a clear shot. Then if it's to happen, like 20, there might be a little bit of a spot somewhere in here. Like, okay, cool, but whatever. It's pretty thin until that happens, and then you also kind of mitigate your risk of trying to long here, and then like potentially doing that. But you know, it definitely could regain. I want to see some strong moves off here in the weekend, and then I think it's going to be looking good to go. It's going to be looking good to go. Griffin, this coin, again, what a sad coin. I'm actually going to take everything off this chart. So I will say, on this, if we are going to get an alt season, and by the way, Sol is performing quite well at the moment, it's going to happen very soon. We currently aren't holding any Stuber, but it definitely does have still potential to kind of like do this, you know, starts like step laddering up on Sol, back up into resistance here. I don't know, man. This just looks a little bit. We are bull diving on the daily time frame. We've got some cash flow coming in, which is quite nice. The local price action, of course, we need to like do something like that. You know, we're making lower lows. We're not making higher highs. It's still down. We've got heavy res up here as well now. This is heavy res. But you know, we have made a new high on the 4 hour, which is quite nice. We're potentially trying to bullishly retest it as well, like that, which is quite nice. Man, I don't know, man. This picks up fine. I'll take less of a loss if it doesn't go for my loss. It kind of just looks like nothing, to be honest, this chart. I've got to be honest. Like, can we either break like this, or can we just like send